Hi guys, I'm Missy, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm a little out of practice because it's been about 2 weeks since I filmed. I had some family come down the week before Thanksgiving. We brought down my parents and my husband Chris, his mom, and her boyfriend for like an early Thanksgiving. And we did like lots of things during the week while they were here. I'm kind of like working a little bit on a vlog to go up on, it'll probably be up on mine and my husband's channel together, most likely, since I started that, which is our Space Coast Life, which I will put down in the description. I hate to let you guys, I'm out of practice. But I've got some things that's like accumulated while I was spending time with family. So I want to kind of play some catch up. So this video, I'm going to try incorporate 2 collections in it as best I can. I may like mix and match. If not, there'll be like one section with a look with one set and then another section with the other collection. Alright, so the first collection I want to show you guys is a mystery box. And this mystery box is from Cosmic Brushes. Oh, well, it's now Cosmic Beauty. It used to be Cosmic Brushes. So if you do not want to see what is in this, then just skip ahead. But I want to open it today and see what's in it and create a look with whatever's in here. This is my first time ever buying from the brand. I tend to do that whenever I have never tried a brand and they have a mystery box. I will get it because a lot of times I get more product for the price point, and it gives me a chance to try the formulas and things from the company to see if I like it or not. So that's what I did this time with this one. This is a big box. This is called the Sinister mystery box. So I'm getting ready to open it. So again, if you don't want to see spoilers, skip ahead. At the time of filming this, this is back in stock. So I will link it. Hopefully, you know, by the time I post this, it will still be in stock, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got nice foam on top of everything, and their symbol here. Okay. So we've got some products in here. So it looks like we have a velvet matte lipstick, 3 velvet matte lipsticks, and 3 cream blushes, and a 20 color palette for eyes and face, it says. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the items. Everything is very tightly packed in here, which is good because I believe this is a UK brand. It did take me a little while to get this. Okay. Nice box with a magnetized lid. Alright, let's look at the Velvet Matte lipsticks first. This is the shade Clarice. I'm guessing that is a Silence of the Lambs reference. Says our Velvet Matte lipstick formula is ultra creamy and velvety soft, a non-drying matte finish that leaves your lips feeling comfortably smooth. Alright, and here is the component, very reflective. There's the top with their symbol, and then the shade name on the bottom. It may not show up. And then it looks like a nude color. The color. Okay. There's no embossings or anything. It is magnetic. I will say this component doesn't feel like super luxe or super heavy or anything like that. Alright, the next shade is Nancy. And I'm hoping this is a reference to Nancy from The Craft. I love The Craft. It's one of my favorite movies. Again, same kind of component. Ooh, that's a beautiful shade. It's like a deep, rich, like, it looks like a chocolatey brown, but I think there might be a red tint to it. Not sure. We'll see. If it's like a deep chocolate brown, I'm gonna love it because that's like my favorite type of lip. Alright, the third one is Salem. That's kind of a given of what it references. Same kind of component. This is more of like your warm brown. It would be perfect for fall, as would the chocolate brown shade. Alright, can't wait to try those out. I do hope they're not like super creamy. For example, the Fantasy Cosmetica lipsticks, I tried them. It's not for me. I don't like super creamy, slippy lipsticks. So I did give them to my sister. Alright, let's check out the blushes now. This is called the Blush Butter Cream Blush. This is the shade Got Chills. Again, silver, like plasticky, reflective packaging. I already got fingerprints on it. Okay. Alright, there is, mine has a little bit of defect in it. It's a nice pink shade. Alright. I don't remember how much this was, but I'll pop up on the screen at some point how much it was. Alright, the next one is Dazed. Another cream blush. Again, same plasticky, reflective packaging. This packaging feels very cheap to me. I'm sorry, but it does. Ooh. Yeah, mine did not bode so well in shipping. Got a little bit of damage in the top there. Okay. This shade might be too deep for me. We shall see. But it is nice that they have different options for different skin tones. This is Heroin. Same packaging. Wow. Okay, that's unique. A straight up purple blush. I'm definitely gonna give it a try. You guys know me, I love purple. But we'll see how this looks on me since I have a bit of a warm, slightly warm skin tone. Because sometimes these can come off as like looking like a bruise on my skin tone. Alright, but lastly, let's look at the palette. Alright, it's a 20 color palette. It says for eyes and face. And then it has little circles on the back. I do like this because this is nice. It says can use around the eyes, and then not for use around the eyes. So all the ones that have the little white dot can be used around the eyes. The rest it says you can't. I'm guessing that's because of the new law here in United States. A lot of times it's just because it is a formula that can stain, and some people do have sensitivity to it. Alright, so, oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Get a nice mirror in here. And then look at this. That is so pretty. That is such a nice vampy color scheme. This one right here intrigues me. It's called Ghost. It looks like there's nothing in the pan, but it has like a seal over it. Let me see if I can take this off. Okay. All right. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be funny if I touch it and there's nothing in there, and it's just like a joke, and it's called Ghost. Like, you know, it's missing. You can't see it because it's a ghost. But I don't think so. I think there is something in there. Oh, okay. Oh, that's unique. It's almost like a primer feel to it. I'm wondering if this is like if you want a glossy eyelid, if that's what you would use that for. I've never seen a brand do that. That's intriguing. Or maybe it's like a primer for your lid. Huh. That's neat. Okay. All right. Different. Very different. Okay. So I'm going to set this stuff aside for now, and we're going to open the other collection that I have bought from a different brand, and then we'll start getting into some looks. Now what I'll probably do with the looks is I'll do like music over it or something, and do a more of like a short form mixed into this video. Okay, let me gather all this stuff together and then I'll open the other one. Alright, I am back, and I did already open the box for this one. This is the new Melt Cosmetics Bailey Sarian collection. I did buy the first one and fell in love with it, even though it was an all matte palette, which is not my favorite. But if you look back on my channel, you'll see that I paired it with an all multi-chrome palette that I got from Cursed Cosmetics in a mystery box. So I paired them together and made a gorgeous eye look out of it. Love Bailey, love her content like most people. But I love the fact that on the inside of the box it says Melt X Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours Too. And then of course it's Bailey saying that says make good choices. XOXO Bailey Sarian. Love that little detail. So let's just dive in. And from my understanding, this collection was supposed to be like to show like the sexy side of Bailey. So there is that. I do think Bailey is gorgeous. She is a gorgeous lady. Alright, I'm just going to kind of pull some of the things out of this box and make room. Everything came nicely bubble wrapped. I did get the whole collection. Oh, this is nice too. See the inside of the box with detail here. That's nice. Okay. So, first thing we'll look at is the accessories that came with this collection. And we're going to open the first thing, which is the mirror. Very cute. Very like, I get like vampire, New Orleans vampire vibes from this. And then, I mean, it's the sexy collection, so it's got a little whip on the end. Okay. So, here's what it looks like. Like the nice, I'm assuming it's faux leather. And then you have this part that says Melt and Bailey. You guys can see yourselves there. Very nice. It doesn't feel like super heavy or anything. Okay. I think that's one thing I don't like is you can't take this off. It is attached. I'd rather that it had where you could like clip it on and off, because it is going to get a little cumbersome doing makeup with it. But it is cute. And then the next item that is not makeup is of course the bag. And there was a bag with the first collection too, a little heart-shaped bag. I love it. This one's very different. nicely protected. This is like a faux leather, like a, or not leather, like a vinyl type thing. I get very BDSM vibes from this. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but that's what I get from this. Especially since it comes with a cuff to go around your wrist that attaches. I think it's beautiful. I love the color. And you know, this is what gives me that vibe along with the cuff, which I'm sure is what she was going for. I mean, it's neat, like it's a clutch. I don't really carry clutches unless I'm going to like a holiday party or something, but I don't think I want to show up at my husband's holiday work party wearing something like this. I might give off the very wrong impression that I don't want to give off. But it is nice. And then here's the inside. Nice detail. Okay. How does it hook? Okay, it's got a clip on each side. Ooh, that's a nice heavy chain. I'm just kind of playing with how it looks right now. Okay. It's like as small as it'll go. And this is what it looks like together. Very, very different. I can say that it's definitely unique. Alright, now let's dive into the makeup portion of the collection. It's quite a few things. Everything is pretty much bubble wrapped except for like the lip products. Alright, so let's start. We have the lashes. I've never tried lashes from Milk Cosmetics. These don't look too dramatic. Maybe a little longer than what I go for, but definitely try them out. Alright, and then looks like we have a blush. I have a powder blush. Love the detailing with the BS for her Bailey Sarian, and then like the engraved embossing type. You guys can see when it gets like reflected in the light. It's really cool. This is the shade Please. And there's just your typical melt blush component. And then, oh, it's a bright pink blush. Alright. Oh, it looks like it has shimmer in it. Okay. Be interesting to try. Alright, and we have, looks like an ultra matte gel liner and a Metal Eyes duochrome eyeshadow gel. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the glitter gel eye things. I did sell the ones from the original collection. I'll probably do the same with this one, just because I don't like that type of texture on my eyes. But I love the liners though. They have some of the best potted gel liners. So this is in the shade Scarlet. This is the gel liner. Beautiful component, nice red. And it's it's like a very deep red liner. Nice. Okay. And then the Metal Eyes duochrome is in the shade Tempt. Again, getting more of that same vibe from the names. This one has a silver lid, and it does have, oh, it has a seal on it. So I'll try to show you. Ooh, very pretty shift though, like a white to a pink. Ooh, that's pretty. That's tempting. Ironic, name is Tempt. Oh, okay. Sometimes I just crack myself up. Alright, I'm going to set that to the side. Now let's look at some of the lipsticks. Oh, we have a lip gloss. And the name of this lip gloss is Saint. Oh, after her doggy. Packaging. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. That's stunning. I can't wait to see the color of the lip sticks. Almost said lip gloss again. Alright, so we have the Ultra Matte lipstick in the shade Judith. I like the size of these. They're like minis. Like mini sizes. Okay. Ooh, that's super light. I know Bailey likes these like light colors because she likes to do ombre lips with them a lot of times. Look at that detail though. See if I can get the camera to focus on it. It's like a snakeskin imprint. And then Bailey Sarian's initials. Okay. That's definitely not a shade you can wear by itself, at least not me. Okay, and then we have the shade Lilith. These are all Ultra Matte lipsticks. These are not my favorite formula because they feel a little dry to me, but I do like the shades. This is like a gray nude shade. Stunning. Okay. Then we have, I'm going to say Julia, but it's spelled Giulia. Gulia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I have to look it up. Okay, and we have, oh, it's a nice red. Ooh, pretty. Love that. It's like a vampy red. And then the last lipstick is called Circe. C-I-R-C-E. I'm going to say Circe. Okay. And this is maybe a pinky nude, I'm not sure. Love the detailing. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've been not feeling so great the last week and a half. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is. So I'm going to sound a little raspy. Alright, so the last item is the palette. Love the cover. I think she looks stunning. And then the palette is that same type of material as the purse, like that vinyl. Again, same kind of vibes it gives, which I'm sure is what she was going for. And then you open it up and you have this gorgeous cover with her on it. Let's see if I can show it. I mean, look at that. She's like a classic beauty in my opinion. There we go. So beautiful. Alright, now let's take a look at the inside. You get a nice mirror. You get some detail around the mirror. And then this is what it looks like. Beautiful. I'm glad this time there are shimmers in here. There are 3 shimmers and 5 mattes. Yeah. 3 shimmers and 5 mattes. So that's nice. Alright, I can't wait to play around with this stuff. I mean, obviously I can't use everything in one video because I only have one set of lips and one face. But what I might do is make a separate video, a short or something, to go up trying the lips, all the different lips, because that usually works for me. Alright, let me gather everything together and I'll be back, and we're going to use the Cosmic Beauty. God, it's going to take me a while to say Cosmic Beauty and not Cosmic Brushes. The Cosmic Beauty palette and some items from that collection, and then we'll, in the second part, use the Sarian Well Cosmetics one. Be right back. I'm going to pop off, and I'm going to film a little short with the lip swatches, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Battery is changed. Just kind of ignore my little mess over here behind me. I'm prepping for another video. But this is the finished look using all the products with the exception of one cream blush from the Cosmic Beauty Sinister Mystery Box. I will try this one in another video. I just realized I don't think the name of the shades are on the packaging. I don't like that. Okay. Well, I may have to pull the boxes back out of the trash and label it so I know what shades they are. But anyways, alright, let's start here again with the lipsticks. I like all of the lipsticks. I will say the shade Clarice is very, very light, so I would probably use it more for an ombre lipstick on me. The Salem one does have a bit of an orangey fall tint to it, so it didn't really go with this eye look at all. So I would definitely pair this with more like oranges and warm tone shadows. And then of course we have the Nancy one, which is my favorite because I love a deep brown, and this is like my vibe. Like I said, the formula is very comfortable. It's not super slippy to where I feel like it's going to be all over my face or anything like that, but it is not matte enough to like suck the life out of your lips. We'll say they do not want to stand up for some reason. Okay, but with the Nancy one, I did have to apply on the outer edge a lip liner. I used the Glamlight Halloween 2 lip liner from that lip kit to keep it from feathering out. I'd recommend doing that with all three, honestly, just to kind of keep them where they need to be. Just simply because they are that creamy of a lipstick. The blushes. So I cannot speak to the kind of like medium tone shade here, or like the like rusty color, because I did not use it in today's video, but I'll save it for another video. Now I did use the purple and the pink, and I will say the pink is a bit light. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm just kind of iffy with it right now. I just think it might be a bit too light for my skin tone. But the purple I love. I did the purple on this side. I did put my setting powder over, so it did tone it down some, but let me see if I want to build it, if I can build it over top of setting powder. I'm curious, because it is a cream product. Let's try it out here. Alright, that way I can kind of show the pigment a little bit more. It is very pigmented, as you guys can see. It is going over the setting powder actually quite nicely. Normally you can't do that with cream products, but this one is actually not bad. And I do like to drape my blush, so. Okay, very pretty. Now let's try that with the pink one and see if maybe I can get some more pigment out of it. I am like really loading up the brush this time. Yeah, it's just, I can see it. It is pigmented. It's just very light. It's like that very light Barbie pink. I think when I'm like wearing like blonde wigs and things like that, and I'm doing like a lighter look, I would use this one. But it's definitely not my favorite out of the blushes. Alright, so there are those. I mean, they did layer nice over setting powder. I'll give them that. And like I said, I love the purple shade. Alright, so last thing to talk about is the palette in this collection. I do like it. I think it's very pretty. The shimmers in it are not my typical type of shimmer. They're very sparkly. I'm more of a metallic high impact shimmer type person. I like my shimmers to kind of have more base to them and that show through with some sparkle. But again, it's like I prefer more of the metallic look. If you like really sparkly, glittery shadows, I think you'll like these. The mattes, I had a little bit of trouble with the mattes. Mainly the like mid-tone purple and the mid-tone like pinky shade. I had a little trouble blending them. I don't know if that's just because I'm new to this brand and I don't know how their formula like really works yet. I am curious because I have had my eye on their Winter Wonderland palette, I think it was, because I think it was super pretty. So I may pick that up if it's still available and just kind of compare. Just because sometimes the mystery boxes qualities are not as top tier as their regular products. I'm not saying that's the case with this one. I'm just saying I want to compare. You know, I've never used this brand before, so I can't really attest to that. I used quite a bit of shades. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers. I used quite a bit in this palette. I mean, there's 20 shades, so I'll definitely use it some more. But I mean, I'm not hating on it or anything. I do like it in my collection. I just will say it's not one that I will reach for over other palettes in my collection, just because of where I had a bit of a time with the mattes. That may just be because I used kind of like pinky purple shades, because sometimes those are hard to formulate. So I'll definitely want to try some more shades. But other than that, I like it. I think the looks turned out really pretty. Love the lip products. Love, you know, for the most part, the cream blushes. Let's move on to look number 2, which is the Melt X Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours 2 collection. Hey guys, welcome back for the second part of this video. I did just do my brows again for the day. I tried out this eyebrow stencil kit I got from Ollie's. That's going to be in another short little video. So if you want to see how I got these eyebrows, just check that out and what I thought about the product. But today's video is using the Melt Bailey Sarian collab, the Fatally Yours 2 collection. So let's just kind of dive in here. I'm going to prime my eyes like always with the LA Girl Pro Primer Stick. May have to replace this soon. It's starting to get a little crumbly on. Alright, and I just blended that out with my Sigma P88 brush. Alright, so here's the palette again. This is the outer carton, gorgeous. And then the palette itself, this nice like vinyl packaging or aesthetic, I guess you'd say. And the gorgeous insert of Bailey. And then again, here are the colors. Super pretty. Alright, so let's just dive right in. I'm going to use my Singe Beauty EO3 brush. I'm just going to clean this off, make sure there's no residue on it. Okay, and I think I'm going to go into this shade right here called Buff. Tap off the excess. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. I do tend to like Melt's formula. I've only got a couple palettes from them, but so far I've loved their palettes. I know some people, their palettes are hit and miss. Let's grab a different brush. I'm going to grab the Sigma E42, and I'm going to go into this beautiful dark red called Crimson. And I'll put that in the crease, but I'm going to put it lower in my crease. And just work it in. We'll say that Bailey's palettes with melt always kind of give like a grungy vibe to them, which makes sense for Bailey's aesthetic. A little bit of patchiness from that first shade. That may be because of my eye primer, since it was crumbling a bit. I'm going to go back into that original buff shade with the Singe Beauty brush. Looking very messy right now. It's a little better. I want to grab the Singe Beauty EO2, and I'm going to go into Kitty, which is like this really light gray, and I'm going to put that up here, all the way up to the brow bone, pretty much. Kind of help with the blend of that other shade. Yeah, that's helping quite a lot. I'm just going back and forth between all three shades and building the shades. And now I'm going to put Bella Beauty Bar Shimmer Stay all over the lid. Alright, so before I move on to finish up, eyes and stuff, I have most of my face done, but I want to dip into this other Cosmic Beauty blush. I'll try to put the name up if I can find it, since it's not on the packaging. It's just this color. I'm going to use this e.l.f. liquid blush brush for it. Very pigmented, just like the other ones. It's a nice fall shade blush. Okay. Alright, nice formula. Grab a sponge and go over. Alright, now I want to top it with the Melt Bailey Sarian one, this pink one. This is a powder blush. very vibrant. I'm going to grab this ColourPop F2 brush and dust it off. Very pretty. Going very blush heavy today. Alright. I'm going to set the rest of my face and put on a highlighter and everything and come back and finish the eyes. Alright, so I want to show you before I put lashes on how different the two eye looks are. This one is more warm and gives off a brown tone on the outer edge, right? This one is more cool toned and gets more gray on the outer edge, even though I used the same shade of black on the outer edge. Just totally changes the tone up. I did use the same yellow shimmer on both eyes, and I did use the same light shade, the shade Kitty, to help blend out both sides. That one came in handy, just simply because these mattes are a little harder for me to work with, to blend out. I do have a bit of trouble when it comes to kind of grungier, darker shades. Just, it's not my comfort zone. So it's still a bit of a learning curve for me. So I do appreciate having a lighter shade in there like that to blend things out. I'm gonna curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and I'm gonna try out the lashes. I don't think I'm going to try the gel pot liner today, just because I'm still kind of shaky today, and it's hard for me to do these liners whenever I'm more shaky than normal. So I might save that for some other look in another video. But this is the eye look so far. Like I said, I'm going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara, come back and we'll try the lashes, and then I'll do a short little video again with the lipsticks, and then come back and talk about everything. Alright, I'm back, guys. Ignore my like super frizzy hair. It's been cold here and my hair is not enjoying it. I tried to spray my anti-frizz spray on there, which helps some, but it's still very frizzy. But we're just gonna ignore it. Alright, so I want to try out these lashes from this collection before I try out the lippies. This is the BB Lash. Pretty packaging. These do look a little more voluminous than what I typically go for, so we'll see, because I do have smaller eyes, so I tend to go for shorter lashes so they're not like all the way at my eyebrows, you know. But I'm going to show you how I put on lashes. I am in my 40s and I did not start learning how to put on false lashes until about maybe 3 or 4 years now, if even that. Literally, you know, not long after I started my channel, I started learning how. And let me tell you, there's some pictures up on Instagram and you can tell I was learning because they're a little wonky. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to take them, I'm going to put them on my eye and size them. And typically I usually have to cut my lashes because they very rarely fit me exactly. Alright, so looks like, yeah, I'm going to have to cut one little cluster off the end. So I have my little lash scissors here that I got, and I'm just going to take the last little cluster of lashes off. And you can keep these if you want and like use them like under your lashes, or you can use them on like your bottom lash. I typically just throw mine away because I don't mess with that stuff. I'm going to do the same thing to the other lash. Just because I know that that's typically how mine fit. Alright, and what I like to do is first I take the lashes, especially when they're new, and I go like this with them just to kind of give them a curvature to help curve more towards the eyes. Okay. Alright, and I like to go with this Ioni Everlasting Lash Glue Liner. So it's like an eyeliner and a glue all in one. And I like to go on my actual lash line, my upper lash line, and stamp this across. The lash. And then I take my Duo lash glue, and I use the latex free one because I have a bit of a issue with the latex ones. It makes my eyes itch. And I apply it directly to the lashes on the lash band. And I just spread it across the lash band. I put a little bit extra on the edges for extra hold. And then I get the like fast drying ones, so I don't have to wait as long. You know, normally you wait, you know, 30 seconds to a minute for it to get tacky, but I don't wait as long for that. And I use my fingers. I did pick up this little tool from Shop Miss A that I might try out today. We'll see. And then I tilt my head down with a mirror. And then I go straight on where I applied that liner. And then I just adjust the outer corner of my lash and the inner corner. And it takes practice. You're never going to get it the first time. Like, you got to keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Because a lot of times you won't get it lined up and you'll have like a gap in between. At least that was the case with me. Some people get lucky and they, you know, they like pick it up right away. I wasn't one of those people. And then when I feel like it's secure and dried down, then I go in and I press it together with my actual lashes. So I'm going to go ahead. My eye wants to water. I'm going to go ahead and do this side. I'm going to try out this little tool. So you clamp the end of the lash in it, it looks like. Alright. And I'm just going to go down and place it and pull it off. Okay. And the key is definitely to make sure your inner and outer corners are secure, because they are the first things that like to lift up. Those are very pretty lashes. This tool is not bad, actually. It actually helps me where I shake a little bit. Actually kind of helped me steady my hand a little more. Okay. And these lashes actually aren't too bad. They're not like, I mean, they're long, don't get me wrong. You guys can see they're long, but they're not all the way up here on me. They're very pretty. And a little trick I like to do is I will grab an actual eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, especially when I'm wearing a full lash as opposed to a half lash. And I will go where the lash band ends and draw a black line down. So you can see this side here, you can see where there's no line, right? But on this side it kind of continues. You don't have to do that. I got a little messy there and put a dot. You don't have to do that, but it's just something I like to do. Alright, well now that I know that now that I feel like they're secure enough, I'll go in and I'll kind of like take my fingers and pinch my lash to the fake lash. Sometimes I'll use a little eyelash applicator too. Just depends. And I tend to like push up a little bit to help kind of curl them up. Okay. I really like these. I think these lashes are very pretty. I think they're very flattering where they kind of like taper. They're smaller on the inner corner of your eye, and then they kind of like taper out towards the end. Alright, I am going to film a short doing the different lippies, and then I'll be back to discuss everything. Okay guys, I'm back, and I tried out all the lippies, and you guys will see that in a short. But the combination I have on now is actually the Glam Light lip liner in the Ghost Face collection, and then I did the shade Judith, which is the lightest shade, in the middle, and then I topped it with the Saint gloss. I will say this feels more like a lip oil than a gloss with like some glitters in it. When I first used it, I could feel the glitters, but I think it just wasn't mixed up good enough, because then I kind of shook it and I went back again and then I didn't feel it. So I think it was just wasn't mixed up well for me. But Bailey basically did this combo on her videos with like a not this exact combo. I think she used a different lip liner, but she did use a darker lip liner with hers. This one is more of like a dark gray versus a black. I think she did either a dark black or a dark brown on hers, but I do think it's a nice way to use the Judith shade. Let's talk about everything, right? So let's start with the mirror. I love it. It's not super heavy or anything. I do wish that I could detach this though, because it is a bit cumbersome and in my way. So I will probably try to figure out how to do that. Yeah, it looks like it's got the rings so that I can take it off with my like jewelry tools, but I wish they had made it where it like clipped so that you could just take it on and off as you please. The lashes, I think these lashes are gorgeous. At first I didn't think I was going to like them. I thought they were going to be too long for me, but I actually quite like the length. Yeah, I mean, I love how it flares on the outer edge and just kind of tapers smaller to flary. Those are my favorite kind of lashes, just because when I have like a full voluminous lash all the way across, it tends to it tends to like cover up my whole eye, and I have hooded eyes, so I don't really want that. I want you to be able to see, you know, the beginning part of my eye, especially with the gorgeous shimmers and things. The blush, I like the blush. I mean, it's not any different than any kind of like basic pink, hot pink cream blush, but I do think it's pretty. I don't know if it necessarily kind of like goes with what I got going on. I mean, it looks okay. It's just not, that's not a color for this eye look. It's not a color I'd reach for. I'd reach more for a warm tone blush. But that's just me. I mean, obviously, you know, Bailey has preferences, and she obviously put this color in to the collection because she thought it would go good with the collection. So I don't hate it. It's a nice formula. It's very pretty. The lippies. So, like I said with the gloss, the Saint gloss, I love the fact that she named it after her fur baby. Other than like the, you know, the first application where I said I could feel the glitters, but like I said, that was because I don't think mine was shaken up good enough. So I shook mine up, and then it was comfortable, and I didn't have that glitter feel to it. I do hate, and all of them are going with this packaging now, I hate this big doe foot, because this one doesn't get as stuck as some, but it still gets stuck somewhat. I think they're trying to design it so that it can kind of pull some of the product as you pull it out, so that you're not getting as much on the applicator. But the problem is, when I pull these out, a lot of times product will go flying in my lap. So I wish we would stop with these applicators. The lipsticks, they're not exactly shades I would wear, but I like the fact that Bailey does that with her collections, because her last collection, a lot of shades were not shades that I would wear either, but they have quickly become some of my favorites. And I mean, to be honest with you, this shade right here I would never wear by itself because it looks like concealer lips, but I love it for ombre lips like this. I think it's gorgeous. This is the Judith shade. As far as Melt's formula with these, they're not my favorite formula. I feel like they're a bit drying, like they drag when I try to put them on my lips, so I'm not a fan of that. But once they're on, and a lot of times I top theirs with a gloss, it feels more comfortable to me. So we have like a pinky nude, Again, this one I still would pair with a lip liner because it's just still too light for my liking. That's the shade Circe, I believe it is. And then we have this unique one. This is a gray beige, but it leans a lot more gray than beige shade. I think this would look really pretty with like a dark eye look and then a dark lip liner and this over top. I think it would be very pretty that way. This is the shade Lilith. And then there's this gorgeous, vibrant, vampy red. I love a good red. I will say reds are not my favorite to work with, just because, you know, you've got to get your lines precisely right and stuff with them, because it does show quite a bit if you don't. But once I get one on and I get it kind of perfected with a lip liner and stuff, I love it on me. I just don't wear it red very much. And then lastly in this collection that I used is the eyeshadow palette. I love that Bailey kind of does her, like, unapologetically. She's like, her, this is what I'm doing vinyl packaging. This represents me, the sexy side of me. Like I said, you know, beginning of the video, I got a certain vibe from everything, and I'm sure that's what she was probably going for with the cuffs and the dog choker type vibe and the vinyl and everything. I think this is a beautiful color story. This is not a color story that I would normally reach for, and it was, you guys saw, it was a little rough in the beginning for me. I will say that the mattes in these, well, I'm going to say that the mattes in these were hard for me to work with. They were a little harder for me to blend, and they were patchy. But I'm going to give a little disclaimer here though, because I think it may be my eyeshadow primer, because I had the same problem with this, the Cosmic Brushes, or Cosmic Beauty palette. And I was noticing when I put my eye primer on that it was kind of crumbling a little bit. So I am going to have to try both these palettes with another eye primer before I fully make my decision about the mattes. But with that eye primer in this video, I did have issues with both those palettes blending and my mattes not being patchy. I did use every shade in this palette, so I am glad for that. I pretty much, you know, used this whole side here from the yellow or gold all the way to this like light skin tone type shade on this side to create the warm toned look, and then from on this eye I did from this side again all the way to the black. And you can see it created very different eye looks. One's a little more warm tone, one's a little more cool tone, one leans more of like a dark brown to black, and one leans more gray. So you can get two very, very different looks out of this. I do want to play around with it some more and kind of see if I can kind of mix and match and pair this with some other palettes that I have. It's just shimmer palettes, which I like to do with Bailey's palettes, especially the first one because it was an all matte palette, and I'm not a huge fan of all matte palettes. But I will say, as of right now, and again, it may be the eye primer, I do like the first collection's eyeshadow palette better than this, but that may change when I use another primer. I did not use the eyeliner, so I will save that for another video. And like I told you guys, I think I've decided against keeping the Metal Eyes shade. Alright, if you guys would please like and subscribe down below, it really helps me out and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys, bye! Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you like these looks? Did you pick anything up from this palette? Let me know in the comments. Alright, like I told you guys, I did not use the gel liner, just simply because, you know, I'm kind of shaky today. But I do want to use it in another video. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I may try something a little different out of my comfort zone when I do this. I mean, liner in general is out of my comfort zone because I'm not that good at it, but I do like to try it. But there's some videos I've watched from other creators that they do with liners and like shimmers and stuff that I want to try for myself, so I may try that out. And, you know, I told you guys that the Duochrome Metal Eyes eyeshadow gel, I don't think I'm going to keep this just because I don't tend to like the texture. I mean, you guys saw in the beginning of the video I said it was tempting, ironically, because the name of it is Tempt. But, I mean, it's gorgeous in the packaging. It really is tempting for me to keep it, but if it's exactly like the other ones that she had in her first collection, I'm not going to like them because I did not like the texture of those, especially on the eyelid. So I did sell them. So I don't know. You guys let me know. Is this the same kind of formula as that, or is this different? Especially when I have hooded eyes too, because any type of liquid type shimmers, they tend to crease a lot on me. So yeah, this is not my favorite. My thoughts on everything, both collections. I do like both collections. Like I said, the jury is still out for me on whether it was my eye primer or not creating the issue with the mattes, but I'll definitely try both these palettes more with a different eye primer, and then we'll go from there, and I'll try to update you guys in a future video or something, or a pinned comment, so something there. Alright, let me know if you guys picked up anything from this collection, and if you did, what did you get, and how do you like it? If you guys have your own channels or something, you know, share down in the comments, and if you created looks, I'll definitely come check out your social medias and see some of your looks. I love to watch other people's content and get ideas and kind of recreate their looks. Same if you guys, you want to recreate either one of these looks, and tag me either on Instagram or TikTok. I don't know if you could tag me on here, maybe, but I know you can on Instagram and TikTok. I'd love to see you recreate any eye looks I do, not just these, any other eye look. Again, if you guys would please like and subscribe down below, it really helps me out. I'm really trying really hard to get to 500 subscribers. That's my biggest goal right now. I keep teetering almost to 250 and then back down and up and down and up and down. YouTube's been kind of fickle lately, and that's one reason I've been posting a lot more shorts, because they get a lot more views. So, you know, sadly that is what it is. And, you know, I get it. They're easier to film, they're easier to push out, and they're, you know, constant gratification. So I'll still try to do, you know, some full-length videos, but I'm definitely going to be pushing out more of the short content than the long content for now, unless something changes. Alright, if you guys would like and subscribe down below, really helps me out, and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye.